Hello, my crafty friend. If your body felt a little weird, tired, buzzy, or stretched lately, this spread is for you. Today I'm creating a double page in my junk journal planner called Calm Your Nervous System in 5 minutes. Inside these 4 little pockets, I will tuck 4 small mixed media cards. On each card lives one tiny creative reset. Nothing complicated, no perfection required, just paper, breath, and your own hands. If that sounds interesting, let's start. As a first step, I built 4 little pockets. The size doesn't really matter, but just to give you an idea, this is 5 by 3/4 inch by 2 inch. And let's create one together. I used my February free printables. I will link them below. And just from that side, I cut them down. Here have the little ends and then use them as pockets so that they fit nicely into my spread. We have this already done and I show you this one. And you see, here are these little folds and the little cuts, and the little folds you can see is just a tiny, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1/4 inch. And so let's mark a 1/4 inch here on this side, just a 1/4 inch, and I think a 1/4 inch. If I mark a 1/4 inch here, a 1/4 inch, then I can go down. I think that's a 1/4 inch. And then I can just fold it over. You can, of course, if you have, also use a scoreboard. That's what I did with the other ones, but here you can see it's very easy. And you can even, here, can you see it? You can even wing it. So, because it's such a tiny little bit here, you can see. Okay, so what I do then is I am cutting here on the corner, like the corner to the where they meet, a little bit like this, and here to that, a little bit like this, and here on the top, on the other one, and then in the middle, like here, I'm either just using my scissors, but I also have a punch, and so I'm punching that. Then I score the sides, and then I go around with my Distress Oxide ink. Okay. Okay, I put this here to the side, and we can start gluing this in. Okay, yeah, I like that. So while I'm gluing here, notice your own breath. There's no rush. We are not producing anything, like nothing impressive today. We are practicing and creating a form of safety for our nervous system. So that's the first pocket. And I make the pockets like that. Like, let me see if I have a clamp. Yeah, I can clamp that in. Maybe even here a little. Okay. To hold it here in place. The art glitter glue is very good for that. And later I will tuck this in here. So the next one, because I will tuck another one in, should be around there, around here. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, we can put this to the side and keep it to dry. Let's begin with our first card. First, I need to close my glue here, which is not so easy. Okay, let's begin with our first card. I call it 5-line breath drawing. Take a small piece of paper. I have a mixed media paper here, but of course you can also take any paper you have. It doesn't matter. And I'm using a simple pen, whatever you have at hand, nothing fancy. Now I'm going to draw a long line while I slowly inhale. And on my exhale, I am drawing over here, holding a little bit your breath. And while you are inhaling, you go down, hold a little bit, and exhaling. Doesn't have to be straight. It can be curvy or wavy. Inhale, holding a little bit. Exhaling, holding a little bit. We continue with this for 5 lines, holding, breathing in. What is happening here is very simple but powerful. When we slow our breath, especially the exhale, we activate the parasympathetic branch of our nervous system. That is the part responsible for rest and digestion, safety and settling. By pairing breath with movement, we give the mind something to anchor into. Instead of spiraling into thought, it follows the line. You may notice how your shoulders drop a little, or maybe nothing dramatic happened. It is okay too. Regulation is often subtle. 5 lines, 5 breaths. That's all. Breathe in, hold a little, breathe out, hold a little. I will tuck the first card into the first pocket. Already, this page becomes something I can return to on a hard day. A little reminder that there are ways to calm my nervous system down. For the second card, I want to show you something I use often in therapy and in my own journaling practice. It is called name and frame. So on the center of the card, I write a word. One word that describes how you feel right now. Not how you think you should feel, just what is true. Maybe it's tired, maybe it's overwhelmed, maybe it's content, or maybe it's uncertain. This is how I feel today. I can explain this a little bit, but you don't have to. It's just to sit with that is already one part of this exercise. Just getting clear with how do I actually feel. And uncertain for me is so many of you said they like it when I speak directly while I do things. And I noticed how difficult I find it to do the crafting and to speak at the same time about topics where I need to have my brain involved. And so I feel a little bit uncertain how I should do this. So now draw a simple frame around it. You can do a square like I have done here, but you also could do a circle, or you can do both like I have done here. There's a neuroscience or a neuroscientific understanding behind this. When we name an emotion, we reduce activity in our amygdala. In other words, naming softens our alarm system. And when we frame something visually, we send a subtle message to ourselves. This feeling exists, but it has edges. It is contained. It's not the entire world. It's not taking up like endless space. It is held by me. And I can even, instead of leaving it dark and black and white, I can start coloring it in. I can make, like, I'm adding some nicer spaces to it. I can do this here. I can do this here. It's really important then to understand you are not your anxiety. You are not your sadness. You are the one witnessing it. Like I can make little leaves here. I can make them all around. They look like leaves, but here I can also make little hearts. Look at it. Yes. And as always, I can draw myself flowers. And it's doing this. It's doing the practice. It's allowing your hands to do this. Like this. And so this card, as a reminder for 5 minutes nervous reset, goes into the second pocket, just as a reminder what I can do. And the third exercise is even something simpler. It's repetitive mark making. Choose one tiny shape. For today, I will choose, I think, little circles, but you can choose crosses or dots or little lines or whatever you feel drawn to right now. With this, I often use different paper because I use this marks actually for collage later, but that's not the purpose of this exercise today. When we do simple repetition like this, across the page, slowly, deliberately, step by step, concentrating on this little repetitive mark making, there's something deeply regulating in repetition. The brain relaxes when it can predict what comes next. That is why knitting, stitching, sometimes doing the dishes can calm us down. Like one little circle after the other. So, repetition communicates safety. And as I fill this little, I think that's tissue paper, I'm not trying to be in line the entire time, but just one little circle after another. I'm not creating art, even though I might use it later for it, but in the moment I am creating rhythm. If you notice your mind wandering, just gently bring yourself back. That's what I mean, the risk for me doing this while on camera. I can see my mind going back and forth, like I'm falling into the repetition of my little circles here. And then I have a tiny little voice inside of me that says, "No, Katana, come back, don't relax too much. You are on camera, you're making a video, and you would like to explain what you're doing." This is especially helpful when the nervous system feels chaotic or overstimulated. The predictable movement says, nothing is urgent. Nothing matters more than me making this. Whoops, look, I colored the bottom of it. It is going through my paper. So it tells me you're safe to calm down. No urgency, no catastrophe to attend. Just one circle after the other until this here is full. Okay, I think I leave this for today. And this is the third card. 3 different doorways back to calm. Let me get my journal. And I put it in here as a reminder. Good. Let me clean that up a little bit, otherwise it is stained forever. Oh, it's already stained for not really. Thanks for bearing with me. Now it's a little bit wet on top of it. For the last card, I want to create something grounding. I call it horizon line reset. And what I mean by that is draw a horizontal line, maybe like that, just a horizontal line. And for today, I'm not using these ones. I am using my watercolor. Little bit of water I have here. Need to get a watercolor pencil. And horizontals are really interesting. Our nervous system responds to visual cues of stability, and think of the horizon at the sea, the line between earth and sky. It orients us. Above the line, I will softly blend one color, and below the line another. And for today, I think I would like to go with some blue. And let's activate the blue a little bit here. Okay. Take this out. And so I will start here above the line. Okay. 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 I can already feel relaxing a little bit. When we feel overwhelmed, our internal sense of orientation can get scrambled. Like a simple horizon can restore our perspective. Okay. And now I think I go to green, maybe this green here, and I'm doing a similar thing. Doing this exercise like creating a horizon, like a line that gives us perspective. It can feel like a ground, or it gives us ground to stand on. Take a slow breath while you're creating this line. Yes, that's okay. Like it again gives your nervous system an experience of you're safe, it's okay. Okay, it's okay. You're safe, you can breathe, you can rest. I find it interesting to see that I also wanted to do vertical lines. How interesting. And I notice I would like to have this here a little bit more. The little gaps. Oh, yes. Amongst my calm, I have a part that is, I don't want the gaps there. Oh, oh, lovely. Yes. Yeah, you might imagine standing there, feeling your feet on the ground, looking outward over it. Sometimes calming the nervous system is less about doing more and more about remembering where we stand. So now I have 4 small cards. I leave this one here to the side a little bit to dry. Each one just 5 minutes reset, breath and line, name and reframe, repetition and horizon. I will tuck this one later also in the pocket as a reminder and as a promise to myself that when my body starts to race or when the day feels heavy, I have something to return to. We do not always need an hour-long routine. Sometimes we need 5 intentional minutes. Which one of these feels like something your nervous system might like this week? Tell me in the comments, and if this feels supportive, we might create more of these tiny creative resets in the upcoming weeks. Until then, be gentle with your body as it carried you through a lot. Bye for now, my friend, and hope to see you next week.